And it looks like we are live. Good evening, all. If you are on the live, or depending on where you are in the world, might not be good evening, it might be good morning, might be good afternoon. I don't know. What's going on, guys? It is the SMT. Good to have you on here on the SMT Podcast. It is September 6th, 2019, here in the US. Like I said, depending on when this is airing, big shout out to the replay crew if you're watching this on replay. Big shout out to those that are live with us, joining us here. Those in the live chat, thank you guys for joining. As you are piling in, by all means, please do like this video. And as you're coming in, do say hello to your host with the most, the SMT. Again, it's good to have you guys on. Hopefully the audio and the visual is good. Hopefully the video is feeding well and the sound is to your liking. It's good to have you guys on. Let's see who we got in the live chat. We got Rafi. He's got moderating duties tonight. Rafi's got the big wrench. Rafi, thank you for taking care of business as always. Much appreciated from the SMT. Greg is in the house. Good to have you on, sir. Ricky Florida Keys is here. Good to have you on before you go into work. Thank you for stopping by. Tom is here. Good to have you, sir. Glad you could make it tonight. Tom's got his dried fruit. It's a good option, man. Sure beats all the junk food that's out there. I personally like the dried apricots. I like dried fruit in general, so, you know. What else we got in here? Looks like we're starting to fill up. You got 11 in the live. Again, good to have you guys on. As you're coming in, please do like the video and go ahead and say hello. No, I feel great, Tom, actually. Thank you for asking, though. Gregory, what's going on, sir? Good to have you on as well. Lawrence Holman is here. Good to have you. Frankie, longtime commenter and viewer, subscriber here to the channel. I'm most definitely intrigued about this new MVNO. I really am too. And I think, Frankie, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at some of the items from the video that I felt were really important and critical parts about how that network operates. I think that's really interesting. And Pete, mentioned a comment there in the comment section that was, spot on when he talked about sharing infrastructure. And, for those that are patrons, I covered a topic, that is a Patreon exclusive. And I would definitely encourage you guys to check it out. If you consider making, that donation, that monthly contribution to the channel's productions, get access to some of these unique exclusive videos. Network sharing infrastructure is a great way to decrease CapEx and get the networks rolling for 5G. And I think Altice is up to something. But yeah, it's definitely got me intrigued as well. And, I like fast networks. I love the 100 megabits per second. I love the 200 megabits per second. Don't get me wrong. But it's not make or break, and it's not the only thing about the network that a consumer could want. So take, for example, some of the features on this new Altice service. They already set up front. You're looking to get 10, 20, 30 megabits per second. Everything that you could need in terms of speed from a wireless network. But it's the other stuff. It's the, the way that the network connects. It's the reliability. It's the flexibility. There's more to it than just the top end speed. There's more than one reason to buy a car, and it's not always speed. It's the utility. It's the flexibility. It's what the car can do outside of just going fast. So we'll talk about that today. And actually, I'm going to try a feature here on the live stream where I'm going to go to the Altice mobile website and show you guys what they got going on there. And we'll see who they're servicing, what their service is about. So do stick around for that. Jeremy's in the house. Good to have you on. Big contributions from Jeremy, as well as Chase from Lagos on the last podcast. Thank you guys again for those donations. Thank you to all, who helps support production here in the channel. We got Totally Techno Tim. He's in the house. As you guys are coming in, do say hello and make sure you like this video. What's up, Randy? Good to have you on, man. The Sneedster is in the house. Hey, what's going on, buddy? Good to have you on as well. Sean is here, my dude. Good to have you here, man. It's all good. Tom, I'm with you, man. I think it's a great deal. And I think the pricing is fantastic, but I'm also intrigued by the network operations, not just the price. The price is great. Don't get me wrong. $20 unlimited, but see, here's the thing, Tom. It's open to non-customers. It's just going to be $30 to non-customers. So if you don't have, what is that service called? Sudden Link or Optimum, then you'd be paying $30. And you know what's crazy about it, Jeremy? 5 megabits per second gets you full HD video. You wouldn't be having the problems that our larger carriers do when it comes to video. They're giving us 480p, they're giving us 720p, but they're not giving us past 4 megabits per second on video. You know what I'm saying? Cheryl, what's going on? Glad to have you on. Jeremy, that's the goal, man. I mean, hey, that statement right there is very rewarding for, somebody in my position as somebody who offers news, somebody who offers updates, somebody who presents, network information and stuff like that. It's good to inform the consumers. Hey, Lisa, good to have you on. Yeah, I do my best, Lisa. I really do. I think it's important people stay informed, Yeah, it is a good deal. Save yourself $20 off the Visible service. Remember, guys, they don't pay me, but you could save yourself $20. They do not sponsor my channel. I'm in no way affiliated with Visible, but you could save some money if you're willing to try the service. Save you $20 there. Hey, Steve, good to have you on. Everybody listen to Steve. Hit that like button as you're coming in. Many thanks. I don't think so, Tom. I think they're gonna have a few fees, and I think they're gonna have some taxes in there. I would anticipate an additional $3 or $4 probably in taxes and fees, depending on your state. Yeah, you know what, Ricky, you're right. I do appreciate what you did at Ricky in the comment section. What Ricky did was he checked out the service on the website and he got some important information. So when you see his comments in the comment section of the Altice video, take a look at what he was able to kind of uncover and find out from the website. I think it's good information to know before you think about switching. Chris, good to have you on. Thank you for stopping by, sir. Hey, Vision, it's something to consider. I always tell people, if you're happy with your service, great, your current provider, but you always want to look at the market. It's good to see the pricing that's out there. It's good to see the offers that people have. Sometimes you could save yourself 5, 10, $20. Sometimes you just want a better provider, right? Something that is more fitting to your needs. Chris, oops, I thought you were asking me. Yeah, I think Raphael's doing great. He's got the energy in the live chat today, so he's bringing it. Tom, it's not only 5 megabits per second. It's 5 megabits per second would be like the bare minimum. They're saying you typically will see speeds above 20 or 30 megabits per second. So, it's still going to be a premium offer. It's not giving you bare bone service. Yeah, you'll be paying for taxes on this. Minister Kenneth, good to have you on, sir. That's one of the problems, Army Sal, is it's not available in all places. You got to check the zip codes, the area codes, however it is. They'll let you know if it's compatible or available in your area. But if it is, it's a legit consideration. It's new service. The way they've got the network set up, it should be good. It is intriguing. What's up, Timothy? Good to have you on, sir. I believe they're using AT&T as part of their MVNO agreement. They also have a deal with Sprint as well. And then they've got their own infrastructure, actually. The big Chungus is among us. Good to have you on. Yeah, that's what I was able to discover as well. I saw they've got an MVNO deal with Sprint and AT&T, depending on the region. So it looks like, Altice is in a situation where, depending on where the service per provider is strong. They're utilizing Sprint if that's the case. I think they have a really good deal with Sprint. And then they've got AT&T as kind of like a backup plan in those extended LTE areas, keep people covered. Yeah, I've heard this. So that would be like the parent company. Altice is pretty big time. I mean, on a national scale, they are a well-known company. Thomas, good to have you on, man. Thank you for being here. Looks like Ricky, I think it's an iPhone situation from what I could tell. iPhone 6 and newer. I think it needs like iOS 12.2 or newer. So, it's something that you may want to consider. Or you're just going to have to, if you're an Android person, just kind of like put it on hold on the back burner until they get more support for more devices. Sean, thank you for the super chat, my dude. You are very welcome. Glad to help and inform people, Let's see if we could figure out what's going on, Jeremy. I'm not sure what's happening there. Hit the ropes in the house. All right, go. That's good news. I like Mikey's videos, man. Hopefully, Technoid brings us some good content. He's always on top of his Apple, news. He does a great job covering the iPhones, the Galaxy devices. I mean, his channel is where I get a lot of updates for, the devices. I mean, you could get your news on YouTube from any channel. What you have to end up doing is kind of decide who do I like to hear it from. So I like Technoid when it comes to my device updates. Got it, Rafi. Thanks, buddy. All right, so $20 pre-tax would jump on it right away, but $20 plus taxes puts it at $36, which is right there with Visible. But it's probably better than Visible, actually, in a lot of ways. Don't get me wrong. Verizon has a strong LTE network. But Tom, what Altice is going to be doing with their network integration is much more advanced than what Visible offers. You got to keep in mind, in the situation of Altice, they've got to deal with Sprint and AT&T. So you've got the strength or the strengths of two networks combined, as well as 2 million different connected devices broadcasting connection on the network. I mean, you've got mobile hotspots, you've got Wi-Fi hotspots, you've got small cells, and I'm talking over dozens of states. So it's not the same as Verizon. It's not the same as Visible. You could argue that this is a more dynamic network configuration. I like what is going on in the case of Altice. I'll go through the details and then, you guys can kind of make from it what you may. That's really cheap. That's a really good deal, Techno Tim, for sure. All right, let's get some likes in here as you guys are coming into the live chat, as you guys are jumping into the live stream. By all means, please do like the video and then say hello in the live chat. We'll acknowledge you. Tito, good to have you on. Glad you could make it. Yeah, I mean, when you have these types of network agreements, the sharing of the infrastructure, it gives you a lot of flexibility. It really strengthens your network, and it helps kind of like, this idea of you scratch my back, I scratch yours is good in business. And then it opens up avenues for more opportunities and different business operations in the future. I think it's underrated. $100 a year in interest with T-Mobile Money. I don't use them for banking or anything like that. No, not really my thing. I kind of do banking separate. If it was nationwide, yeah, I mean, it's going to work nationwide, but in order to sign up for the service, you've got to be in the ranges. What's going on, Matt Dub? Good to have you on. What else we got here? Yeah, unlimited hotspot, Tom. They do. Tom, I'm not sure about the dual SIM though. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they do eSIM. I don't know if they have hardware dual SIM support. I couldn't tell you. Yeah, big shout out to the best channels in the land: Technoid, JG Tech Blog, Altered Tech, Yeah, buddy. Good channels. I definitely recommend. But what's wrong with 20 megabits per second? It's not bad. It's pretty good. I mean, when is there going to be a time where that's not good enough? You know? Yeah, it's good to have you, Brian. Hey, that's the thing. Hit the ropes. You bring up a good point. The merger probably lends itself to doing more types of business transactions like this with Altice. What's up, Ross? Good to have you on. Hey, T-Mobile's a good company, man. I agree. Those are pretty good speeds, Tim. Agreed. What's up, Francis? Good to have you on. Am I catching up here? I think I'm up to speed almost. Nope, almost there. Jamil, good to have you on, cuzzo. Okay, so the deal is Altice. They will sell their customers unlimited data in wireless over the Sprint, AT&T, and their own mobile core network. Got a bunch of hotspots. They've got a bunch of small cells, positioned across a couple dozen states. They're charging their customers $20 a month for truly unlimited everything. Now, there's obviously network restrictions, and every company has it, but they're offering it, and it's $20 a month. All non-Altice customers. So if you're not on Suddenlink or Optimum, they'll charge you $30 a month. Either way, I feel like that's a good deal. You know what, Frankie? I caught wind of this. Something's going on in the eastern part of the U.S. I wonder if it's associated with the hurricane, maybe. What's up, Tito? It's interesting. So the pricing obviously is a big deal. We like to see the competition in the market. But honestly, in my opinion, it's the way that they're integrating their network that's really interesting. It's a situation where the network is actually a kind of a conglomerate of networks. They've got an MVNO deal with Sprint. They've got an MVNO deal with AT&T. And of course, AT&T is a great national network. And then Sprint has its strengths in certain markets. And this gets you covered in CDMA, GSM, the whole thing, right? It's a lot of flexibility there. And then Altice also has its own mobile core. So they've got their own collection of microcells positioned across a couple dozen states. And they also have a lot of mobile hotspots I think it's like they have like 2 million connection points to support the LTE networks that they have integrated. So to me, it's more about that makes it unique, because I think it offers a lot of flexibility and different ways to stay connected. And these MVNO deals that they have, they're solid. They're getting a lot. They're able to give their customers quite a bit. What's up, Marco? Good to have you on. Look, Tom, I'll say this once, and it should cover the rest of the show. I can tell you guys right now, take this to the bank about the T-Mobile and Sprint merger. It doesn't matter how many states join in on the merger block. Bottom line, I'm telling you guys right now, all 50 states could oppose the merger, and it could still be passed. The states actually don't matter. What actually matters is, does a judge deem the block legitimate? There's really only one state that actually means something in all this, and it's Texas. Because when a judge looks at this case and sees that all these states are Democrat, they see that. They'll see, obviously, something is going on here. They're banding together against the merger. It's a huge bipartisan political thing. The one state that bucks the trend there that's not Democrat is Texas. That's the only thing that the merger block has on its side. There's nothing else. Saying that there's less competition doesn't hold up. Saying that all these jobs are going to be lost, yeah, some are going to be lost, but there's also some that are being created, and they're being affected right now with the merger block. So like I said, the number of states that joins in the block is irrelevant. 2 could try to block, and it could be blocked. 50 could try to block, and it might not be blocked. The number of states doesn't matter. It's really all about the perception of the judge in the court proceedings. If the judge is convinced that the block should hold up, or the merger should be approved, that's it. And who's to say this won't drag on into 2020 if there has to be appeals? All of this is a possibility. But I'm telling you guys right now, I don't see any version of this where the merger is blocked, because the arguments that the states block that are being made don't really hold up. The only thing you could say with certainty is the fact that it's going to cost some jobs, but it's also creating some at the same time. So they have to kind of view it in that way. Stacy, what's going on? Got your comment right there. Boom. Junkyard, good to have you on. I wonder, Chris. I really do. I wonder if the Metro problem. I mean, I don't know if you guys caught the video last night. For those of you that did, T-Mobile's kind of in some hot water right now, especially the Metro side of things. If you haven't watched the Metro scandal video after this show, maybe check it out. They've been selling used phones as new phones. They've been charging customers hidden fees for things that they're not receiving. It really is a bad look for Metro by T-Mobile. And it's not new. I've been hearing about this for months and years, and it's not a good look. Horrible timing. King of Tech Deals, good to have you on. Good evening to you, sir. Are they roaming on AT? I think it depends on region, Jamil. So I think areas where Sprint is strong, Altice goes with Sprint. And then in areas where they need that more extended coverage, that more rural type of coverage, I think they've got the deals there in place with AT&T. You never know. Why not? I mean, when they roam, they're going to need coverage, right? They've got to provide. All right. Tito says, do you ever think share a network with each other? I mean, see, that's the thing, Tito. Here in the United States, the networks distinguish each other in their marketing and their selling and their advertising. If you watch the commercials from AT&T and Verizon and T-Mobile and Sprint, how do they sell you? They don't really focus on features. They focus on the network. Verizon says we got the most LTE available. AT&T says we have the most LTE available and we have the best speeds. T-Mobile says, we've expanded our coverage and now we have more whatever than the other carriers. They use the networks against each other as marketing and advertising ploys. So if that's happening, then no, I don't think they're ever going to probably want to share that. One or the other for coverage in your market and not like Google Fi to interchange. It appears to be one or the other in markets. I don't know all of the details. This is like a new service that I'm just not familiar with. Like I said, I came across the story. I looked at some of the details, but I do want to kind of comb through some of those specifics and see what the case is. It would be smart of them to have some markets with both. And I think it would be redundant to have both in some markets. So I guess it just kind of depends. We'll see how it goes. Randy says, how fast should a speed test be on Metro on just data, no Wi-Fi? I don't know. I've seen Metro bottom out pretty bad under a megabit per second. I've seen Metro get up over 100 megabits per second. So, hey, Chris, honestly, I don't know what the deal is. Actually, the last I checked, you guys may not know this, but the state attorney general for Texas, he's in hot water right now. Apparently, he knew about some of the threats from some of the shootings that have been going on in Texas, and he didn't mention anything to anybody or contact authorities and do anything to prevent the issue. If that's the case, this guy's going to be in some hot water, so he might have some other fish to fry. Not necessarily, Big Chungus. I think they're trying to keep service speeds around 20 to 30 megabits per second. I don't know if it's going to be capped per se, but they're trying to maintain those speeds. From what I understand, though, there are no official caps. Yeah, I agree. Texas is big time. South Texas ain't red. Are you? You're going to go into segments, right? I wonder how long this has been going on for, Brian. That's interesting. All right, Vision, I got you here. I've heard this about Altice. They've got a presence internationally, especially in Europe. I wonder how much of a dent they can make in the game with this MVNO deal they got going on. Yeah, you know what, King of Tech Deals, the network integration is going to create jobs. With T-Mobile growing, it'll create jobs. I just think in the initial upfront, I think some of the jobs will be lost. I think it's just imagine, the scenario. It's likely to happen. Fifth carrier is perfect for me. Bring on the competition. Bring me real carriers, though. I don't want failing carriers. I want the real. Leverage the different networks against each other. I've heard that too, Raphael. Thomas, what's your service area? I'd be curious to see how close you are. See, and you know what's funny, Tito, and mentioning this, either way, Sprint's cutting jobs regardless. They've been hemorrhaging money for so long. They've been cutting jobs for several quarters. Jobs have been lost no matter what. You might as well, try to salvage what's left of the company as a merger and create a new legitimate third national carrier that otherwise couldn't keep up with AT&T and Verizon. So I agree with you. Do you think Altice will include non-service areas? In terms of service, they will offer, but you wouldn't be able to get to order, hardware or service if you're not in a servicing area. Thomas, it's a sad day, 144p, man. Yeah, I can't believe this, man. Literally, this has been going on for a long time. Metro, as a brand, when it comes to authorized dealers, they have a bad reputation. And they haven't done anything to address it. Not T-Mobile, not the authorized dealers. People are not happy with the service. They're not happy with customer care. I mean, it's been a mess. It's been an absolute cluster. And they haven't done anything to try to address the issue. I mean, that makes sense. They've had in a roaming agreement for a while. I think it's been reciprocated too. So they offer it for each other. Delon, good to have you on, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, man, I'm with you on that vision. I like that. I think we need more of that. I think we need more of these agreements. We want more companies, want more options. It only stands to improve competition and help our pricing and our features, right? Oh, okay. All right. Most people are probably viewing this in 480p or 720p. I don't think anybody's going to be able to get 1080p. It's a dang shame, though. I'll tell you that much. Got people on 480p. Hey, Chris, you got it, buddy. Thanks for contributing and helping support the channel. Much appreciated. Trump is quite anti-T-Mobile. Not sure where you get that information from, Kick Tech Deals. He's all about mergers, and I don't get that impression. Not sure. Ricky, I'm all for MVNOs, man. Some people don't like MVNOs. They feel like it's a watered down version of the networks. I actually like MVNOs because they're smaller companies, so they're motivated to win over customers. Therefore, the customer care is usually better. And a lot of times they get rid of the fluff that you may not need as a customer. So they can offer you a better deal with features you don't need. They can kind of shave off some of the cost. Sorry, I had to hydrate. Brother gets thirsty. So, Chris, the situation with the Boost Mobile towers. Boost Mobile is currently a Sprint company, so it runs on the Sprint network. Once the merger is completed, Boost becomes a Dish-owned network, which is going to be functioning on the new T-Mobile network, which means it's going to have really good coverage because the new T-Mobile network is going to be improved. So what happens to the Boost towers? It's more like what happens to the Sprint towers. So what happens to Sprint is some of the infrastructure is retained and operated on the new T-Mobile. Some of it is going to be either operated, owned, or sold to Dish for their own network, which is probably going to take, several years to build out on their own. We're talking 3 to 5 years from now, we'll have a more legitimate semblance of a network for Dish. I mean, that's one of the areas they could use some support for sure. Frankie's on 720p. Awesome. Hey, Jamaal, thanks for the super chat, man. Much appreciated. Oh, we're going to do this again? Trump Mobile? That's what I'm saying, Hurlamania. He's been very pro-merger, Man, I don't know. I would love to see that vision. I would love to see the prices drop. What's up, NYTO NYC? Former Metro employee from a dealers do rip off as well as T-Mobile. Yeah, it's happens all the time. I see it all the time. All right. Actually, Nick, I'm not in the service area. I'm currently using Visible as a secondary SIM. I have Verizon postpaid. I am using Visible now, but I would definitely consider Altice. I would give it a shot. I mean, if I could somehow find a way to test it, if I can get coverage, if I could get them to send me out a SIM or something, I would try it. Michael, it's definitely bad press. I agree with you there. It's a bad look, man. They look terrible in this. But these things have been happening. Jesse, the last I checked, I don't think the streaming service allows me to do more than 720p. But I don't know. Maybe it's doing 1080p. What's up, Becky? Good to have you on. I don't know if it's possible for me to get 1080p from the streaming service I use. StreamYard, I think, only does 720p. Do a live reaction. It's premiering now. I got to do the podcast, man. You guys love your Q&A over here. All right, guys. So what I'm going to do is, for those of you that are in the live chat, for those of you watching in the live, or if you're part of the replay crew, I'm going to try this screen sharing situation, and I'm going to see if I can actually show you guys the Altice website where this deal is being offered. Okay, so here's how this is going to work. All right. Let's share the screen. All right, so I'm not sure what you guys are seeing or what you guys got going on. Let's see here. I don't know if this could work. I don't know are you guys able to see that particular screen sharing? Can you guys see it? Let me know if you guys can see the screen share. I don't know what you guys see. Nothing yet? All right. I'm trying to figure it out. This is the first time I've done it. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to share the Altice page with you guys. So let's see what we get. I'm going to try one more thing. Let's try this. Let's try that. Okay, so this, I think, is working. You guys let me know. All right, are we seeing it there? You guys able to see the screen share? I wanted to show you guys the Altice website and what the services are like and some of the details from the service. Let me know in the live chat if you're able to see this. All right, good. So we got it. All right, so some of the details from the service. Here it tells you a little bit about the company. Unlimited data, text, and talk nationwide. Unlimited mobile hotspot, unlimited video streaming, international text and talk to 35 countries, Canada, Mexico, DR, Israel. I mean, those are nice little perks there. All right, let's scroll down. If you are an Altice customer in the form of Atom and Suddenlink, you'll be paying $20 per line per month, and you'll be price locked for life. So they won't change the price. They won't increase it at any later time. You've got a 21 state footprint, including throughout New York City. All right, so you got coverage there. They talk about how people can save money. It talks about LTE coverage on Altice's own fiber and mobile core, as well as the nation's best networks, which is Sprint and AT&T. All right, so here it talks a little bit about the CEO. Here it talks a little bit about the president. All right, great. Now, here's the plan. They've got one unlimited data plan. All right, tells you everything is unlimited. Okay, awesome. Pricing. You're looking at $20 per line if you're an Optimum and Suddenlink customer, so you're with Altice. If you're not with Altice, but you're in the servicing area, you'll be paying $30 a month. Fantastic. All right, it's an all digital experience. I'm guessing, they're trying to say that it's going to be high quality and new tech. It says bring or buy a new phone. So I think what they're going to be doing is they're going to be trying to meet the needs of all their customers, which means a lot of people in the US buy their phones from their carriers. So you can bring your own device in the form of an Apple device. For now, they're going to probably be expanding that BYOD program to other devices as time goes on. They'll probably be willing to sell you an Apple device as well as Samsung, Motorola's, and other phones. So that's awesome. All right. A little bit more here. It talks about the nationwide coverage. Here it mentions $20 for life if you keep the service going and never disconnect. That's kind of cool. No overages, no contracts. Okay, we all like that. That's great. Here it is comparing some of the plans. Now, I want you guys to take a look here. You could see that they compare this service that they're offering right here. They're comparing it to these plans. So I'm going to highlight them in the blue highlight. You've got T-Mobile Essentials, T-Mobile Magenta, AT&T Unlimited, Verizon Go, Xfinity Mobile, and Spectrum Mobile. So they're comparing it to some of the plans that people are paying $50, $60, $70, $80 a month for. So they're saying, use our service and save a lot of money. And, that's what you got going on. It talks here a little bit about where they're available, 21 states. Now, in terms of coverage maps or anything like that, I don't know if they offer any type of coverage maps. I don't really know. I haven't navigated this site before. I mean, we're kind of, I don't know if they're going to even have anything. Nope, don't see anything there. Let's maybe see brands. All right, so it talks about Optimum, Suddenlink as their brands. Okay, here's the Altice Mobile. Here's Altice Business. A4, I've never heard of this. Cheddar, they've got some products here. Wow. All right, so these are all the brands that they own. Okay, all right. So it looks like they got some legit stuff going on. I don't know if this is going to take us anywhere if we click on, let's go to visit site. Maybe it takes us back to that same page. Okay, so here's some more specific things. So this is probably where you guys want to go if you want to learn more about the service. $20 a month for customers, limited time offer. So that tells us it won't be long lasting. Looks like they'll be probably upping the price. Maybe it'll go up to $40. Maybe it'll go up to 35. I don't know. Talks about the coverage. Maybe we'll check out the terms here in a minute. Bring your own phone. I don't know. Let's see the terms here. Let's see what they say about that. All right. So they got a $5 auto pay discount on the plan. All right. Let's see what else they got. It looks like we got a PayPal super chat from Jeremy Clifton. Thank you so much, man. And if there's any other super chats or any comments, I'll get to you guys in a minute. Okay, so we've got Suddenlink customers listed. You've got Optimum customers listed. $5 auto pay discount. That seems to be kind of the new wave of how people are paying nowadays anyways. Financing details. Nothing really there in terms of specifics about, any of the costs or anything like that other than the auto pay $5 discount. Let's go to keep your phone. Let's see what it says here about devices. All right, so it's loading. It's loading. Here we go. All right, so there's your lines. Select the number of lines. It looks like you can get a family plan of up to 5 lines. All right, so there's no multi-line discount. That's good to know. It would have been nice if you could have got a little bit of a break there. Let's see some of the details. All right, there's a $10 activation fee per line. Okay. Looks like it says it may include a $10 activation fee. Maybe they could waive that for you if you're a savvy negotiator, possibly. There's all the unlimited stuff, so that's cool. Let's click on this international service details. Let's see if we find any details there. All right, so here are the countries listed. Austria, Belgium, Bulgaria. You guys can check out the rest of those. 1 gig of 4G LTE is included in the plan. It moves you to 2G after that. So you're probably limited to just like email and stuff like that. You can add international add-ons. 1 gig pack is $15. 3 gig pack is $30. I don't know. That can add up pretty fast. That's pretty pricey. Let's see what they got for shop. Let's see what we see there. All right, bring your own phone. All right, so asks you how many you're getting so they can send you SIM cards. I think it lets you do up to 5. We saw you can put in your phone compatibility. All right, so you put in your IMEI number and you can check. From what I understand, iPhones are supported right now, but not much else. So we'll keep on the lookout for that. Let's click on the support page. Let's see what we get. All right, so you can find answers. I don't know if I see a chat. Okay. Well, I'm sure this is going to be evolving and this will be changing very, very soon. Okay. So I think what we'll do is we will bounce out of the screen share and we'll get back to the regularly scheduled program. So hopefully you guys kind of learned something new about the Altice service. I mean, the pricing's good. The offer is good. I think it's worth consideration if you're in the service area. Jason Taylor, good to have you on, man. I know I'm just catching up in the live chat. Yeah, if you caught the video BFMV, it's a dang shame, man. Selling those phones as new when they're not and they're used. It's a shame. I'm just catching up in the live chat, guys. Hey, why's it got to be flashy, man? As long as it gets the job done, I'm sure it'll change over time. Well, I'll tell you what, Vision. If you look at the AT&T map, if you look at the Sprint map, I think you get a decent idea as to what type of coverage they offer. I would like to see their mobile core map, though, where they have their hotspots, where they have their small cells and stuff like that. I think that's important. People probably want to see that. It does mention you'll be paying taxes and fees. It's not out the door pricing. There's really, I mean, that's really hard to come by. No, Tom, I think it's going to be a situation of it's being $25 a month, and then $5 gets you the auto pay is the auto pay discount, so it brings you down to 20. Well, so it would be 30 plus 5. Yeah, it would take you over $40 if you're a non-customer. I don't know. Wasn't able to see phone support. What's up, John? Good to have you on. Man, what is going on out there? No service? So I think what was happening, Aloha Android, big shout out to Tito. I think what was happening is customers were complaining to police. They were literally saying these people are taking our money for services that we're not wanting, and they're wrongfully selling us products as new when they're not. And I think they reached out to officials, and I'm pretty sure there's an investigation in there. So, and I think that investigation is starting to pick up a big head of steam. What's up, Technoid? Good to have you on, man. Glad you can make it. Okay, so Tom, if Mint's $25 for 8 gigs, how is this deal not better, right? I don't see how Mint is a better deal than the Altice deal. The Altice deal seems like a better deal. You're getting a better network, and you're getting unlimited, truly unlimited, including unlimited hotspot. Something that I don't think Mint is going to offer. I caught up here in the live chat? I think I am. Okay. Yeah, you know what, Tito? I've seen that, man. I've seen so many videos of customers, Metro customers, going into Metro stores and like going off. And then I've seen Metro dealers and Metro managers and Metro employees mistreating or having issues with customers. It doesn't seem to me like it's a good culture. It doesn't seem to me like it seems like there's a lot of toxicity and negativity in these Metro stores. If that's going to change, T-Mobile is going to have to step in and do like an image cleanse. I think there's a lot of negativity associated with Metro right now from like the in-store experience. Everybody seems to be pretty bummed out about it, you know. The T-Mobile network has improved greatly, and it's nice that they offer discounted phones to their customers, but this negative press is a bad look. What's up, Romeo? Good to have you on. Oh man, Optimum outage? So you're not the only person. Some other people are reporting this. A big shout out to Jeremy. Thank you for the super chat. As of right now, it looks like the investigation is ongoing. It looks like there's enough customers that are complaining about it, like police are on the case. And that's the thing, Tito, like we want more competition. We want more prepaid options. We want customers to look past the big four and look at some of these MVNOs and prepaid carriers. But when stuff like this is happening, you can't blame somebody for going to a big four carrier and saying, I just want to get what I'm paying for. You know what I'm saying? Matt Dub in the house. Good to have you on, man. I wonder if it does too. I think they'll bring it up, man. The merger block is kind of petty, so I wouldn't put it past them. Seriously. Want to save yourself $20 on the visible service if you're looking to try a new carrier? Use that code, save yourself $20 on that service. All right, so my goal was to be on for about an hour. I wanted to get you guys updated on what was going on with the whole Altice deal. $20 a month, 30 if you're a non-Altice customer. I really do think it's a good deal. Some of the details actually that I think are important to know. It's not just about the price. Don't get me wrong. The price is important. I think we can all agree. Bottom line is always about pricing. But the fact that they've got this integration, this mobile core of their own mobile hotspots, their own hotspot locations, their own micro cells, it's like they've got three parts to a network, their own infrastructure plus Sprint plus AT&T. Nobody's doing that much if you think about it. Like, I know it's only serviced in like a couple dozen states, but if it's available in your area, I mean, you got to consider this deal. Even $30 a month plus tax, you're definitely going to be under 40 for a legit postpaid service that's premium. This is not a cut rate deal. As you guys are coming in, if you are just getting into the podcast, please, by all means, do like this video. And in the live chat, do say your hellos. Good to have you guys on here with the SMT on the podcast. We're talking Altice with their new unlimited mobile data plan. Looks like a legit option. They've got a lot going on the network side that makes it kind of different and unique. I love it. I think it's awesome. The pricing, you can't beat it. $20 a month if you're an Altice customer, 30 if you're a non-customer. Great deal for unlimited. You could do up to 5 lines. So, you know, a family of 5 is covered. Thanks, Chris. Good to have you on, man. Thank you for being here, and glad you could stop by. Let's see what we got here. Metro gets weekly KPI reports. Check stores on what they are selling. Check my comment on the video you made about the Metro scheme. I go in detail. I will definitely check that out. Thank you for those efforts, man. Much appreciate those contributions. Jamaal, good to have you on. Glad you could stop by, brother. Julius is in the house. Good to have you on. Glad you could stop by and make it tonight. Romeo says, damn, I have Optimum, but I just switched to T-Mobile. Hey, you never know. It might become available to you at a later time. Maybe, you know, you bounce out of T-Mobile and you think about looking elsewhere. Thanks, Rafi. Appreciate the kind words, man. Thank you for the compliment. That means a lot. Thanks, man. Yeah, we're almost at an hour, man. Time is flying. But it's good to have you guys on. And thank you for being around, sticking with me here. Yeah, good night, Matt. Thanks for stopping by. Good to see you and have you on tonight. I want legit internet. Something tells me, Thomas, you got bad connectivity options, man. Because you're at 144p on your video stream. That's a shame, man. That's really low resolution. What's up, Kevin? Good to have you on. Looks like 21 states, Tom. 21 states. So I don't know. You want to call that semi-national? Half national? I had to wet the whistle there. Now that we've kind of gone over the nitty-gritty of today's podcast and the unlimited plan from Altice, how do you guys feel about your current unlimited plans? Well, first of all, type the number 1 if you're in the live chat. Type the number 1 if you're on an unlimited data plan. And then also type the number 2 if you're not satisfied with your unlimited plan. So 1, if you have an unlimited plan. 2, if you're not satisfied with your unlimited plan. I want to kind of look at the ratio. I want to see what you guys got going on. My dude, 267 is in the house. What up, brother? Good to have you on, man. One of my favorite YouTube creators right there. Big shout out to 267 Technologies. All right, so it looks like everybody's on an unlimited plan. All right, so just to give you guys perspective on who's got unlimited plans, bam, bam, bam. All right, we got all these people on unlimited plans. Most people are, not everybody, but most people are on a limited plan, and they've stepped away from the whole idea of data buckets. All right, now type 2 if you're not satisfied with your unlimited plan. So Midwest guy is not. Omar is not. Tito is not. Johnny is not. What I would want to know from you guys is, what is it about your data plan that leaves you unsatisfied? Because in my opinion, I feel like our current unlimited data plans are coming up short in one major way. It's one of my big gripes, and it's video resolution. Forget the soft cap. Forget the deprioritization once you've gone over 50 gigs or 22 gigs. I can get past all of that. But the fact that I am throttled down to 2 megabits per second for video, it makes the video experience suck. It brings you down to 480p. Sometimes you can't even get consistent 480p. You got to get down to 360 and 240 and all this other nonsense. I would really like to see the video throttle get bumped up just a little bit. Like, give everybody 4 or 5 megabits per second. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's my biggest gripe. And what I see myself kind of struggling with is the buffering video, the freezing frames, the glitching, the disrupted playback. It really is a pain. And I really feel like the market needs correction. In my opinion, I think we need a better video resolution throttle limit, personally. I mean, how many people out there are getting 1080p on their LTE? With the exception of maybe some AT&T customers, right? They seem to be throttling the least when it comes to video. But I know T-Mobile throttles video heavily. I can tell you from personal experience, Verizon throttles video heavily. And it's kind of pain in the backside when I'm watching a video and it's being disrupted. So to me, that's like one of the biggest issues, which is why I think a company like Altice, which is coming into the game as a new player, maybe they can come in as a disruptor with no types of throttles, giving people 1080p video res, quad HD video res, no video type caps. The only way that I know where you can bypass video resolution is either to pay for a 1080p plan or to possibly use a VPN, which bypasses your data as video and it just shows as general web browsing data. So there's that option, but why should you have to do that? It's kind of a pain. Frankie says 1080p in the house. Now, Frankie, are you using a VPN to bypass video throttle, or are you just paying for the plan that includes 1080p? See, this is what I'm talking about, Paul. Like, you're having to deal with bypassing the video throttle by using a VPN, which is smart on the consumer end of things, but it's a sad state of affairs that you have to do that. You're able to get 150 megabits per second on your download speed, but they won't give you 2.5 megabits per second for your video. It's a shame. Hey, that's pretty nice. Carlos, pretty nice. But that's the thing, Brian. It's not because of congestion, because I'm getting 200 megabits per second and I'm still being throttled to 2 megabits per second for video. It's not an issue of congestion. I mean, they're trying to prevent it, but it's not actively being congested. Actually, I would be okay with them throttling my video if the network was congested at that moment, but that's not the case. Yeah, see, Frankie, that's the deal. You pay for the plan, right? So they upsold you on that. They're charging you more to give you more available bandwidth towards your video. You need to look at Altice network terms for data speed. Kevin, I looked at it. I'm familiar with it. I know the restrictions. It's no different than what Verizon is doing. It's no different than what T-Mobile is doing. There's restrictions. I get it. But it's not so different from all the other carriers, honestly. T-Mobile's Plus plan, and I still get throttled to 1.5 for video. Sucks. What's up, Heath? Good to have you on. Hey, you're never late, man. Just delayed. My T-Mobile plan, I still get 1080p. Yeah, lucky you. Yeah, it looks like there's going to be moments and market situations where you're getting less than 10 megabits per second, but that happens to me on Verizon. That happened to me when I was on AT&T. Happens on T-Mobile. All the networks undergo these issues. It's just a congestion issue. All right, so I'll be on for a few more minutes, guys. If you have any questions or comments, by all means, do go ahead and drop me those comments, either in the comment section below if you're on replay, or if you're in the live chat. Go ahead and let me know what's happening there. If there's something you guys want to discuss or go over before we close out the podcast. We got 72 in the live. I want to thank you all for being here. If you just popped in the podcast, by all means, please do go ahead and like this video. And go ahead and say your hellos. Pop in and say hi in the live chat. Good to have you guys on. Thank you for joining the SMT Podcast. We are talking the Altice Unlimited Plan, new mobile provider, coming in at $20 a month for Altice customers, $30 a month for those that are not Altice customers. And man, what a good deal. Kevin, I'm a science teacher, a high school science teacher. That's my day job. And at night, I am the SMT. Yep. No, Tom, no 2-hour live stream tonight. I got to be up early, man. I got a second job, No, Brian, no more. I couldn't make it through another hour, man. I'm pretty tired, I do teach life science. I teach biology and I teach environmental science also. Good to have you on, Johnny. Thanks for stopping by. I will say, guys, based on the news from this week, I'm very, very disappointed in T-Mobile and Metro. I expect more from these types of companies. People say you shouldn't expect more out of them. That's really bad, having low standards. You know what, Omar? I'm thinking about doing a video on that, actually. You guys let me know if you're interested in that. Those of you in the live chat, those of you watching this on replay, if you're interested in me covering some of the new, the updates going on with AT&T, they've got a lot going on. They've got new presidents. They've got new CEOs. I could cover that. I could probably do that in a video. No problem. Tech Twan also works at a school. Hey, thank you for the service, man. Taking care of business at the schools. I have a strong gut. We don't do anything gross in biology anymore. Back in the day, we used to do dissections. Not so much anymore. More of the dissections are on like anatomy classes and stuff like that. Hey, thanks, Tito. Much appreciated, man. Hey, and I appreciate you as well, man. You've got excellent content. I watch all your videos, man. I try to comment on all of them as well. Your videos are very interesting in the fact that they approach a lot of angles from the smartphone side. So while I cover a lot of carrier news and wireless networks, I can definitely appreciate what you do from the Android side, as well as the different devices and the operating systems and stuff like that. And I do really enjoy your perspective. So keep up the good work, and bravo to you, sir. Thank you. Nick, I don't know how you're getting 1080p on Verizon prepaid, because I have visible and I can do 720p for the most part. I mean, it's always at least 480p and 720p, but I can't get 1080p most of the time. Natural Born Winner, I've got visible prepaid service and I've got Verizon postpaid, and I'll be adding a T-Mobile line pretty soon. You got it, brother. Steve, what's going on, man? Glad you could stop by. Steve Sosa in the house. Paul says, almost guaranteed they'll do like Comcast later on, cap it to 1.5 megabits per second after 20 gigs. Yeah, that's possible. But we're talking $20 a month, though, Paul. You get what I'm saying? $20 a month. It is still unlimited. I get it. It might get speed capped. It's got its limitations in some ways. It's not the most feature-rich service, but it's $20 a month, man, which is great. I'm not sure what happened, Frankie. Not sure what happened there. Yeah, if you and you know what, if you're a referral code rummager, like if you're looking for referral codes, that visible service, Tito, $20, man, you were getting a $20 discount. It's pretty awesome. You know what? I do see a difference in the Visible and Verizon postpaid natural born winner. Visible only does LTE. Verizon, it does all different network technologies. And actually, my Visible service went out on Wednesday for an hour, and my Verizon postpaid was connected the whole time. So I think Visible is like a cloud-based, digital-based network, virtual network. It's not exactly Verizon. It's a version of Verizon. So it's definitely not exactly the same. Mostly the same in coverage, but it's not exactly the same. So yeah, there's a difference. And my Verizon postpaid, much faster. Top end speeds are much better. Usually 2 or 3 times faster. With the T-Mobile plan, I don't know. I'm just going to get a postpaid plan, whatever, Magenta Plus, whatever they're calling it anymore. I don't know if you guys caught the news yesterday as well. T-Mobile is doing some new things with pricing. You can get the 55 plus plan. They're doing 2 lines for $55. If you are of age or somebody at home is of age and you're looking for T-Mobile service, that is a great deal. 2 lines for $55. And those are postpaid lines. Those are not prepaid lines. So that's a really good deal, something to maybe consider. The problem is taxes and fees are not included. So if you are going to get the new T-Mobile 55 plus plans, you'll be paying $55 plus taxes and fees. Something tells me that's going to take you over 60. It may actually push you closer to $63. So be mindful of that. If you're on a similar plan and you're paying like 60 out the door or something like that, I would say stay with what you got. Let's see here. PS plans are as follow. You got basic, standard definition. 720p's cannot standard definition though, Frankie. Standard definition would be 480p, right? Premium full HD, 1080p, 4K. All right, so you got yourself some nice resolution. Frankie, if you don't mind me asking, what phone do you have? Because I guess if you're paying for all that extra resolution, you must have a pretty nice device, maybe a Galaxy or something. For Verizon prepaid, I get eBay refills cards, which are on average 30 minutes. That's a pretty good deal. I'm paying $40 a month for my Visible service for unlimited. I don't know what your prepaid cards are costing you. Frankie, that is a nice phone, man. I always liked the Note 9. In fact, now is probably the best time to buy a Note 9. You could probably get a Note 9 used for like less than $300 right now. And you could probably get like a refurbed one for like $350 or something. What's up, Gary? What's happening, buddy? Good to have you on. I had to pay tax on the phone I bought, but the service was $20 even. What was that? Visible, Gary? Talking about Visible? Oh, wow. All right, so that's the thing, Tech Twan. I've been seeing a lot of people reporting outages across the eastern seaboard there. I wonder if that's going to be short-lived or if that's going to be an issue for several days. Hopefully, it's taken care of pretty quick. I have the 55 plus plan, 55 auto pay tax included. That's pretty good. I wouldn't change. That would make no sense. So you're in a good place there. Midwest guy, thank you for the super chat. Says, how is the 5G on Sprint not considered high band? It's considered mid band because high band would be like millimeter wave. 2.5 gigahertz, while it is higher than low band, it's still not as high as, millimeter wave. To be considered millimeter wave, you've got to get like 12 gigahertz, 20 gigahertz, 30 gigahertz, 38, 39, 43. That's millimeter wave. That's the fast stuff. What's up, Akiva? Been a while, man. Good to see you on. Where are we at here? Got the super chat, Rafi. Thanks, man. Clear wire. Yeah, you need low band for that stuff. Jamaal says, my phone was out for a couple of hours. Couldn't make any calls. Jamaal, who's your provider? I'm just curious because a lot of people are saying that T-Mobile was cutting out, Sprint was cutting out, Verizon was cutting out. I don't know if anybody from AT&T has reported it, but I've been hearing about it. Anybody experiencing issues with their service who's in the eastern U.S., do let us know. No problems here in Ohio. I've been connected. I haven't really had issues. I had issues earlier in the week with Visible. My service went out for about an hour. I contacted customer support. Um, didn't really get me anywhere. They reached out to me like 30 minutes later and they said, "Hey, do you still have problems?" and all that, and kind of worked itself out. Akiva, I think it's kind of a ploy. I mean, I don't really think it's like legit banking. It's a small time bank, so. Midwest guy says when it was Clearwire, they were high band. Well, high band may be considered at that time, but today high band is millimeter wave. So, but thank you for the super chat, Midwest guy. Much appreciated. Thank you for the donations. Got it. Here in Nashville, had no problem. I'm thinking it might be further east was the problem. How you liking that Visible service, Gary? I know you said you like the phone. How's the service doing? Okay, so T-Mobile got you. I wonder if it's still down. Or did you get service restored yet? Tito's saying Hurricane Dorian doing some damage on the East Coast, and wireless providers are they're going to be trying to deal with damage control. They're going to try to keep people connected, and they've got some response. They've got some preparations that were put in place. Hopefully, they can keep people connected or get them connected. 4% on the first 3,000. It's pretty good. I don't really get into the banking stuff like that. I mean, you got to understand something, Tom. When companies give you 4% back and they give you points and all this, they're taking that money from the business that you're supporting. So if you like the company or the business you're supporting, you're taking from them. So like I give the example of like my dad who has a bakery and customers that use their credit cards for everything. When you spend and you don't spend cash or you don't write a check or use a credit card, right? The percentage that they're giving you is taken from the business. The credit card company is doing nothing for you. They're taking from the company that you're spending money at. Maybe you don't care about the company, but I know it frustrates the heck out of my dad, who's a small business owner, when he sees thousands of dollars taken from him every month just because they go towards paying these points and stuff. All right, good. Service is back up and running. Fantastic. All right, Jamaal says service is back. That's fantastic. All right, I don't know. I'll be following the story on Hurricane Dorian, seeing if any of the carriers are doing a good job of keeping people connected. And hopefully that's the case. I hope, a lot of people are not, losing connectivity and not able to contact their loved ones. And, if they need to make these emergency contacts, they're still able to do so. See, and that's the thing, Steve. I think it's true. And what they're doing is they have to put in a charge to deal with the charge they're getting hit with. So say, for example, somebody uses a credit card for like $4.35. The business that's going to be paying extra fees on that is negatively hurt. So they'll say, hey, if you're not going to spend up to $10, we're going to have to charge you a surcharge of 25 cents or 50 cents. It's to cover up the charges that the company, the merchant services, the processing company is charging them. Is it true that Verizon didn't charge people their bills after Hurricane Sandy? I've never heard that. I don't know. I know they were giving people free service. They weren't charging them for data overages and stuff like that, but I didn't hear about them paying bills. That doesn't sound like Verizon to me, personally. You know what? Somebody has mentioned this to me, Tito. I have no idea what this Volk Fi situation is. Should I go ahead and type number 1 if you guys want me to do a screencast and check out Volk Fi? If you guys want that, I could do that real quick. Maybe we'll check it out. If you guys want, type 1 if you guys want me to check out Volk Fi. I'll whip out the screen share and we could check it out together, because I've had people recommending me to look at it and check it out. I've never heard of it. I don't even know what it is. All right, looks like some people. We got Seabass, Omar, Tech Twan, FR David wants to check it out. All right, looks like you guys are interested in it. All right, let's go ahead and whip out the screen capture. Here we go. Let's check out Volk Fi. All right, so we're going to share the screen now that I know how to do this. How did I do it the last time? All right, your entire screen. Let's do that. Okay. And it says share my audio. All right, here we go. Okay. Oh, what? Why is this happening? What is this? Maybe this? No, I don't like that. Nope, I don't like that. Okay, we're going to try this again. I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to try this again here. Share screen. Let's do application window. Let's try this. Okay. Or maybe it's Chrome tab. I forget what I did. Maybe it was this one. Okay. I think I got it, guys. Just bear with me. Okay. Let me know if you guys see my screen share. All right. So I'm going to go to Volk Fi. And we're going to see, it says a crowdsourced mobile network. You guys able to see the screen okay? Let me know if you guys are able to see this. Okay, good. All right, so Volk Fi. Let's see what this is about. Internet access for everyone, everywhere. Cool. Linking users together into a long-range, scalable network. Reserve now. Wait a minute. So this is not a service yet. This appears to be some sort of a startup. Let me know if that's correct, Tito. What's the situation here? What is this about? Is it a startup? What's the business? I don't get it. Because it says reserve now. What is this about here? Reserve now. Help us crowdsource internet in your region. Make a pledge. Get a shirt. Estimated ship date. So this is a startup. Okay. Now, Volk Fi router. Wait a minute. So this is for home internet? This is like mobile hotspots or something? Volk Fi router, Volk 164 gigs. What are these devices? Are they selling phones? Or are they selling plans? Or are they selling both? Pledge $5,000. What? Okay, so they're selling devices that they don't have yet. This is a startup. All right, so if I understand this correct, it is a startup. Okay. All right. Now click how it works. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Crowdsourced network starts with you. Connect your Volk Fi router to your home internet to make a long-range hotspot for your Volk 1 phone. All right, our phones have Wi-Fi, but okay. You share with others. Provides connectivity to Volk 1 users nearby. Then others share with you. When you're away from home, you can connect via other Volk Fi routers. Okay, so this is like a crowdsource mobile hotspot network, essentially. This is actually kind of cool. Okay. Now, is security an issue with this? Can you trust everybody's going to be keeping things kosher? I kind of question that a little bit. Okay. What's up, DGAF? Good to have you on. It's an interesting offer. I think it's a kind of a cool vision. There are some things I question in this. More coverage, not less. But what's the service backbone? Where is this, like, what's the main network that these hotspots are connecting to? Is it running through a SIM card? If so, which network is being run through the SIM? Let's click on FAQ. Does it work in my country? North, south, what? It's international. Okay, so you need a Volk compatible phone. Port your number. Do I need a SIM card? Doesn't require SIM cards, but you may use one on supported carriers. Unlimited data. How is that possible? Volk Fi counts data usage in bytes shared via Wi-Fi. Every user gets the amount they share. Oh, that's interesting. So for every shared gig, you get to use a gig. Okay. Devices can be very far apart, and the network needs many fewer devices for gig coverage. Volk Fi is end-to-end encrypted. Okay, so a lot of my questions were answered in this. Okay. That's interesting. All right, so we're looking at Volk Fi right now. We're checking it out. I was a little concerned about the security thing. but it looks like they're saying it is encrypted. Now, that's not guaranteed that it's secured 100%, but it does give some peace of mind. What else we got going here? Founded in 17. But it's still kind of an idea, and it's not really put in place. I don't know if everybody wants to take that chance. Let's check out phone here. So it's a Volk phone, the Volk 1. Looks like a Google phone. It, like it looks like or like an LG or something. It's got that notch at the top. Looks like it's definitely running Android. A very Google-based Android. Long-range radio. Wonder what this is about. I'd like to know more about the actual network technology. Connects up to 4 miles away. All right, so and then they just kind of give you, oh, here we go. Android 9 Pie. What is this device? This must be some kind of Google One device. All right, wow. So they got information on the device. 1080p, 6.2-inch LCD. It really looks like a Google phone, guys. Oh, it's like a flagship level spec list. 30. What device is this? Who made this thing? I'm intrigued by who manufactured this device for Volk. $500. 2 storage options. Who made this phone? I mean, it's a legit flagship device. It's 1080p. It's got USB-C, nano SIM, 3700 milliamp hour bottom face speaker, 3 microphone. It's got HD sound. It's got 2 storage options, 4 gigs of RAM, Snapdragon 845, so it's got a strong processor. Wow. Okay, so let's take a look at band compatibility. All right, so here's the Volk Fi connectivities. This must be that long range type of stuff. 2.4 gigahertz, 5 gigahertz for that's your standard Wi-Fi. This stuff must be how it connects from such far distance for voice and text. All right, it does have NFC, does have a haptic motor for vibration. Camera tech looks legit, dual camera, 16 megapixels. It does 4K res. All right, so it looks like it's got compatibility with Sprint, band 41, band 25, band 26. Let's see T-Mobile. 2, 4, 12, 66, 71. We've got AT&T covered. You've got Verizon covered. 2, 4, 5, 13. This, it's got band 66 and 71. This phone is compatible with all major networks also. Who made this phone? I'm really intrigued by this. Wow. So Aloha Android says crazy. I can't anything on the phone manufacturer. I didn't see anything, but it looks really stock Android-ish. It looks really Google-ish. I didn't see anything on the cost of the service, Tom. Oh, thanks, Tom. Appreciate the compliment. Jeez. All right, so what's up, Cesar? Good to have you on, buddy. Long time no see. All right, so that's kind of like the Volk service. I'm gonna stop this screen sharing now. Just to kind of, everybody keeps like telling me to check into that. I just haven't gotten a chance to do that. That's kind of unique. Maybe I'll do a video covering it. It looks intriguing, but at this point, it's a startup and it doesn't look like it's really functional. So I think what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm probably going to stop the podcast there. My goal is to be on for an hour. We're kind of at the hour mark. I think we passed it, actually. So, but I do want to thank you guys for being here. I want to take a moment to give out some thank yous. I want to first thank my moderators who popped in today. We had a few. Thanks, Rafi, for taking care of business with the big wrench. Thank you so much there. I want to give some patron shout-outs. Pete, Dave, Joel, Martin, Jamaal, Breon, George, Joseph, Justin, Mark, Matt, Madbirds, Murad, Jonathan, Cesar, Roger, and Ken. Thank you guys for supporting the Steam Mobile Tech Patreon page. You guys helping support production here on the channel, and I appreciate that very much. So thank you guys for that. I want to give a big shout out to all of those who provided super chats and donations. Jeremy Clifton for his PayPal donations, Chase from Legos as well for the recent donations. Thank you to all that provided super chats supporting production here on the channel. Thank you all who liked the video. Thank you for those watching in the live. Thank you to those for whoever is watching in the replay crew. I want to give a big shout out to the viewers of the SMT, supporters, all those who watch the videos and share the videos, all that, watch all of them religiously and support me here, all those that like, the subscribers, the commenters, thank you guys. Those in the live chat, thank you again for participating in the community interactions. Again, I want to thank you all for watching, those in the live and those on the replay. I think I'll leave the video at that. It was a fun, good podcast. Thank you guys for being here. And I got to get up for work in the morning, so I got to get going. But I will catch you guys on the next podcast, and we'll see you guys on the next video. There will be an upload tomorrow, so you guys will have something from the SMT. Thank you guys for tuning in. Good night to all, and we'll see you on the next video. Peace.